On today's subscription spot, we're having a look at another bag from the folks over at Horror Pack. This is Horror Pack for January 2017. At least I think it's from January 2017. The ship date on this was 02/01/2017. I'm assuming it is the very end of January, so thereby being the January bag. One thing though I do know, if every single month you yourself are a fan of horror movies and would love to have horror movies delivered to your house every single month in favor of either a DVD format or Blu-ray format, Horror Pack is for you. Spot opts to usually get the Blu-ray pack because, you know, I'm collecting more so into the Blu-ray realm of collection now, but certainly they also cater to DVD collectors out there as well. Every single month, I think it's four, sometimes, I think it usually is four, a random selection of titles. Now, your titles would be the same as my titles, so every single month we would be sharing, not literally sharing, but we would have the same titles between the two of us. It's not just a random selection of movies shipped to different individuals. So we're going to get this opened up. I'll put the link down below though if you guys are interested in getting the Horror Pack delivered right to your house every single month. If you live in a castle too, that's okay. They'll deliver there. I'm certain they'll deliver there. Postage might be a little higher. I'm certain they'll get it there A-okay. Alright, so let's reach off camera. I'm going to grab Hank for this, and we're going to get this cut open. Again, I believe this to be the January box, or January bag of titles, and we're going to just reach in here. I don't want to see what the titles are, so I'm just going to kind of, you know what I normally do on this channel? I like to kind of reach in and pull out the titles and be as surprised as you are. It's okay? I also don't watch other unbagging videos of the Horror Pack because obviously I don't want to know what we're going to be getting inside the bags. So let's start. Let's see what we got inside January, possibly January's 2017 bag. Let's reach in first. Oh, and somebody also asked me to, Spot, just get on with it. Somebody also asked me as well, don't they also ship these in boxes? Because I've seen unboxing videos. In Canada here, I think just to save shipping costs, I get it here as a bag, which is perfectly fine for me. It doesn't bother me at all. So the first title we're going to get inside this Horror Pack is George A. Romero's Diary of the Dead. Comes to us from Dimension Extreme. Don't know if I've actually seen this one. Without question, the master of horror is back. From legendary Fright Master George A. Romero comes one of the most daring, hypnotic, and absolutely vital horror films of the past decade. That's from Fangoria.com. Romero continues his influential Dead series, this time focusing on a terrified group of college film students who record the pandemic rise of flesh-eating zombies while struggling for their own survival. Intensely gruesome and relentlessly grisly, fueled by the director's signature realistic special effects, Diary of the Dead is a must-see horror that, quote, is Romero at his finest, by bloodydisgusting.com. The date on this, see if I can actually find a date here. Well, it's 96 minutes. Trying to find when this was released. I think it would have been in the last year, possibly 2 years. No, I do not see. Oh, there it is. It says 2008. Diary of the Dead 2007. Wow, that's 10 years old. And then the artwork is 2008. I said a couple of years. I mean, look how far I was off. Diary of the Dead. Very nice. Put that right over there. Let's see what's added to that collection of 4 titles, of course. Let's see here. We got Dark Summer. Some Crushes Last Forever. Directed by Paul Soleil. The back. From the writer-director of Grace comes a compelling tale of psychological erosion and spectral doom. That's a read-up you don't tend to hear. Spectral doom. A truly frightening modern ghost story follows Daniel Williamson, a 17-year-old boy under house arrest for cyber-stalking a classmate. With his mother away on business, obsessive Daniel flirts with the idea of reconnecting with the classmate, Mona, Grace Phillips of Fright Night. But fate has different ideas for him when Mona is driven to desperate measures and Daniel discovers that someone or something is now stalking him. With the tables turned, Daniel becomes trapped in a house he cannot leave with a malicious presence he can't escape. Also starring Peter Stormare, who's from Fargo. Fantastic actor. He's really creepy though. Dark Summer combines eerie elements, strong performances, and a swirling nightmare of dubious motivations into a jarring wallop of a film with, quote, a gleefully dark finale by About.com that will leave you reeling. I like the sound of that. That's 2013, by the way, guys. 2013 for this movie. Its approximate runtime, well, its exact runtime, 82 minutes. Dark Summer. Never heard of it. Looking forward to giving that a watch as well. Let's see what else we have in the horror pack. We have Chopping Block, a horror pack limited edition Blu-ray. 5 idiot kidnappers, 1 final girl, and 1 very angry slasher. It's immensely entertaining, 4 out of 5 from horrormovies.ca. Let's see here. When Donnie, Michael Malone, forgets to turn in an important report at work, he gets himself and his whole team fired by their new boss. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and the 5 new unemployed co-workers decide to kidnap the boss's daughter for ransom. Things go from bad to worse when the boss's daughter turns out to be the final girl of a homicidal slasher out for blood. Also starring Jas Sams, VHS, Raymond Kester of Scalene, Brian Wilson of Underground Entertainment, the movie, and Haley J. Madison of Headless. Oh, and also Alex Rowan and Cliff Edens. Release date on this? I do not see a release date. It is coming to us from Motion Pictures 119 or 1019 Pictures and Retro Rad Productions. www.choppingblockmovie.com. Very nice. And finally, the last title inside the bag of horror pack for this month. Inside we also have The Town That Dreaded Sundown. This is a reboot. This is a remake of the original Town That Dreaded Sundown. I've actually seen this movie and quite pleasantly enjoyed it. It was very, very well done. It's from the director of, or producer of Paranormal Activity and Insidious, and the co-creator of American Horror Story. 65 years after a series of brutal slayings terrorizing the small town of Texarkana, the Moonlight Murders saddening begins again. While on a trip to Lover's Lane, 17-year-old Jamie, Addison Timlin, watches her date is brutally slain by a masked serial killer. Barely escaping with her life, she becomes obsessed with finding the man referred to as the Phantom. As the body count climbs and the carnage comes closer, Jamie delves deeper into the mystery, following clues, that point her toward the killer's true identity. Starring Anthony Anderson, Gary Cole, Edward Herman, Joshua Leonard, Dennis O'Hare, Travis Tope, and Veronica Cartwright. The Town That Dreaded Sundown puts Texarkana back on the map for all the wrong reasons. A stylish and occasionally brutal true crime-inspired feature. That's from cinemacrazed.com. The release date on this, 2014. Package art, 2015. Running time, 86 minutes. Gonna give that one a watch again. I think this was actually on the Movie Network, and I actually just PVR'd it, watched it, loved it. I'm gonna give that another watch. So let's have a look at the titles that we got inside the bag for this month from the folks over at Horror Pack. We got ourselves Blu-ray releases of The Town That Dreaded Sundown, Chopping Block, a Horror Pack limited edition Blu-ray, Dark Summer, and lastly, Diary of the Dead. If this all sounds good to you and you collect whether it be DVD or Blu-ray and you like to get random horror movies delivered to your house, or I said cave as well, every single month, click the link down below and subscribe to the Horror Pack. This was the horror pack for January 2017. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.